I'm so excited to be here this morning as Football Australia unveil their squad for next week's third round FIFA World Cup qualifying event against Bahrain here on the beautiful Gold Coast. In less than a week, we expect to see Rabina Stadium a sea of green and gold as we welcome the Socceroos to the beautiful Gold Coast. And we'll be right behind them as they aim to secure their sixth consecutive World Cup appearance. Securing this match has been such a coup for our city and our local football fans as we welcome the Socceroos to the Gold Coast for the very first time. Securing an international match of this calibre is also a testament to our city's growing reputation as a global sporting and events destination, and also proof that our stadiums and our city's sporting facilities really are up there with some of the best in Australia. There are only a limited number of tickets still available, so we urge fans to get online and grab those final few tickets. We would love to see the sold-out sign go up at Rabina Stadium next Thursday. Of course, we'd love to wish the Socceroos all the very best of luck next Thursday, and I'll now hand over to Graham Arnold for the big announcement for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Avril. It's great, obviously, to be here on the Gold Coast. Avril say that the stadium's not sold out yet. I urge all the fans to get those extra tickets because we need their 12th man support for this game, starting with the first World Cup qualifier against Bahrain next week. Obviously, great to be here on the coast. Looking forward to seeing the boys come into camp. We've still got I've announced the squad. We've still got a nervous weekend ahead while the boys are playing still with their clubs on the weekend, and looking forward to seeing the boys arrive on late Monday night or Tuesday night to play on Thursday.
Was it your idea to come to the Gold Coast?
Sorry?
Was it your idea to come to the Gold Coast?
Not really 100%, but very supportive of it. It's the first time in history the Socceroos have played here on the Gold Coast, which is a great opportunity, but also to spread the branding of the Socceroos. And as you can see, the Gold Coast is such a beautiful place. You just got to make sure the boys, when they get here, don't get into holiday mode and into business mode, and we get the job done.
Do you think the warmer weather will impact your foot performance?
No, I've looked up the weather forecast for next week. It's dropping down to 23. So, but the boys are playing in this type of temperature in Europe at the moment because it's finishing off their summer in Europe. So, you know, the likes of Siccardi and that at Palma, they're playing in 33, 34 degree heat. So that's just an excuse, and obviously we'll get ready for it.
A few of the boys like Kai are from the Gold Coast. They must be excited as well.
Yeah, Kai Rolls, Aidan O'Neill, very, very excited to be playing here on the Gold Coast, and they're both in very good form, and you know, obviously a great opportunity for them to play not just in front of the fans but also their family and friends.
How do you think you'll go next Thursday though?
Yeah, look, I think our form in the second phase, we are winning 6 games in a row, 22 goals for, 0 against. The boys are clear. You know, I've been with them now for 6 years. They're clear on what the messaging is and what my expectations and goals are, and it's about getting out in the field and doing the nation proud and making sure we get the result and get off to a good start.
Must be a relief that Nesteri has been cleared to play as well.
Yeah, I spoke to Nesteri yesterday. So, that was a surprise to me to see that type of article because Nesteri didn't ever mention anything like that to me about getting any type of injury, so I don't know how true that was.
The call up for Paul Izzo, can you talk us through his sort of recent form and why he's warranted this selection?
Yeah, look, Paul's had a very good year last year, Melbourne victory. Again, I've been saying it for 4 or 5 years, it's very hard to pick A-League players in this time of the year because obviously the players haven't played a real game since, a lot of them, since the end of April. So, you know, Paul moved overseas to Randers in Denmark, and I'm watching all of his games. He's doing very, very well, and he deserves his selection for sure.
Obviously replacing Matty, that's a tall order, but Paul's the only player really for the goalkeepers getting minutes at the moment. Can he be in line for a start?
Yeah, look, I leave that to John Crawley. I'm not passing on responsibility at the end of the day over the final say, but John Crawley is an expert at the goalkeeping position and coaching. Matty Ryan, yes, obviously he's at Roma. He hasn't had match minutes, but he's training extremely hard and working alongside a lot of very, very good players, and he's in the Serie A. Joe Gauci, okay, he's second to Martinez, the Argentine keeper at Aston Villa. But again, you know, his training sessions are like a game, so he'll be working extremely hard, so I look forward to see them.
Just another word on Kai as well. I mean, to play in front of family and friends and back home, how extra special is that as a player?
Oh, mate, it's huge because, you know, a lot of these players get to play maybe, 30 to 60 times for their nation, but to be able to do it in front of their mum and dad and friends and put in a good performance and win the game will be a memory that stays with them for the rest of their life, and probably a moment that is really spoken about around the dinner table in 20 years' time. So it's always important that they go out there and obviously get the job done, but do their family proud.
You mentioned Nestor. He's obviously impressing the right people over there so far. Do you expect him to come back with a different player with a spring this set? What do you think?
Yeah, look, I'm really excited to see him. He did very well last camp, but I've had Rene Molenstein, my assistant, who lives in Europe, Manchester, to go to Bayern Munich, and he's had a discussion. He sat down with Nestor for a couple of hours, and Nestor obviously training with Bayern Munich and training with those type of players is just going to improve. So I'm really excited to see Nestor when he comes into camp, and I think we will see as a nation as well the improvement of Nestor, just not only physically but technically as well.
He's not alone, I guess, in terms of this exposure to the top leagues, which the Socceroos haven't had for a while. There's more and more guys getting that. How exciting is that, and where do you rank this squad in terms of just the talent?
Yeah, look, at the moment we've got 3 players playing in the top leagues in Europe. Yeah. We'd like plenty more, but, what's important is they're getting match minutes and they're doing well. We've got obviously a number of players in the Championship. Sicardi playing in the Serie A, Jackson Irvine, Connor Metcalf in Bundesliga 1, and the rest, the others, are not getting match minutes at the moment. But it's important that that they're getting plenty of match minutes. The other players. Yeah.
You must get this question all the time. How do you continue to build on the momentum that the Matildas have built?
Yeah, look, it's great what they're doing, but you've got to keep going to those expectations, of the public. And Australian fans always have high expectations, and sometimes they're real, sometimes they're not. But the most important thing is, is we focus on our job. We get our own job done, and that's important. It's one game at a time. It's, today it's a clean sheet of paper. Phase 2 is over. Phase 3 is beginning. Everyone starts on 0 points, 0 goals for, 0 against, and it all starts from now.
Just on the World Cup qualifier, is there any country, particular team in your group C, that you think could be, I guess, quite a threat to Australia?
Well, I think a lot of people thought we were in a very tough group right at the start when the draw was done. Obviously, Japan are a very strong side, with probably 25 to 30 players playing in top leagues in Europe. Obviously, Saudi are a strong side, but I believe strongly in our squad, and that's all I can control, is what we have and what we can do. And as I said, I'm not even thinking about those other opponents at the moment. It's all about Bahrain.
No Alex Robertson. Graham, what were the conversations there? Or
I've had conversations with Alexander. I think, he's come back from a very heavy injury. He hadn't played a game since January. Obviously, he's moved to Cardiff and he's just started playing, getting some game time. It's just important that, he settles in at that club at this moment in time and gets match fit and builds that belief back in himself.
He's obviously got the eligibility thing sort of hanging over his head a little bit. He's confident that he wants to be an Australian?
Yeah, well, I'd be disappointed if he doesn't, because, we've had him in other camps. He's had a bit of game time for us. He played against, come off the bench and played against Argentina in China. So I'd be disappointed if he didn't, line himself up to play for Australia, because he's already done it.
Howdy, Awa. It's back in the squad after some time out. How happy for him? Sorry, how happy are you for him?
Yeah, look, Awa has been in very good form. If you watch the Swiss League at Grasshoppers, he's the type of player that can make an impact as well. He's got that action. He can put the ball in the back of the net. And, if you look at the squad selection, I have gone for more wingers this time than what I did in previous times, less number 9s. So I think in these 2 games especially, we're going to need that type of player, and Awa brings that.
The A-League boys, Tags and
Aziz?
Yeah, I guess Tags played in the Cup the other night. How do you think he gone, and what type of sort of fitness do you think that they'll be in condition?
Yeah, look, I went and saw Tags, spoke to David Zrilic and that, and Tags says, I have to be honest, him and Aziz, they're not getting selected on form, they're getting selected on reputation, because I know what great professionals they are and I know what they can bring, and those 2 players especially can, maybe not be at their best fitness-wise, but the adrenaline rush will get through them, and they've got that experience to do that. Tags is obviously with his goal-scoring ability, but with the injury to Geordie Boss and an injury to a few other players, Aziz has obviously done a great job for us and will continue to do so.
Arnie, last time you were here, you mentioned that a Gold Coast return to the A-League would be something that you could support. Given the sales that we've had for these tickets already, do you think that just sort of cements the fact that there is an appetite for top-level club football here on the Gold Coast?
Look, absolutely. When Clive Palmer was in charge, it was a great club, and it's sad that they folded the way they did. I think that you can see here the community side of things, and the game of football on the Gold Coast is growing and growing, and the only way it's going to grow even more is having a team here to inspire the kids to become professional football players. And you've definitely got the facilities, you've definitely got everything that's required and needed, and there's 13 teams in the A-League, and they're playing less games this year than what they did last year, and I think there's definitely room for an expansion, and if there is one, that'd be the Gold Coast for sure.
Only Josh Nisbet, he had that long break where he's finally found a club.
Yep.
How are you expecting him to be?
Yeah, look, we had a few positions, injuries in that position there. Joshy, I spoke to him this morning. He's obviously he's worked hard when he wasn't, when he didn't have a club or while he was chasing a club. He's gone across to Ross County. He was only there for 3 or 4 days. They put him on, and he played 20 minutes, and he's expecting to start this weekend. So, he's the type of kid that's a very good professional, and he brings something, as I said, something different in that midfield.
And also Aiden, it's good to see him come back after the suspension and then the injury, and he's captaining his team.
Yeah, he's doing great at Standard Liège. He's obviously captain there, which I think he even was a bit of a shock for himself. But he's the games I'm watching and seeing, he's showing great leadership, maybe not verbally, but through actions. So he's in very good form. So it's great to have him back. And again, another boy from this area. It'd be great for him to obviously be ready for this game.
And just on the centre backs, like you sort of mentioned, Ciccardi's playing every week in Italy. Sutar's now playing for Sheffield United. Burgess is on the bench, and then Kai can play either there or left. It's good sort of, comp there for spots, isn't it?
Yeah, look, and that's what we need. And, especially when you're playing 2 games in 5 days, then it gives me the option as well to play every one, if that's the case. But what's important is we get the right blend and mix on the field. And as I said, Marco, it's my only focus at the moment is Bahrain and getting off to a great start. All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to grab some vision with Arnie. Got the ball there. Grab him up. Need a big. Oh, yeah.
Kicks off on Thursday, September 5th, when Australia host Bahrain at Rabina Stadium on the Gold Coast. Be a part of it as we look to make history and keep our perfect qualification record going.
It's a glorious goal!
Search Socceroos for tickets. The Socceroos are coming to Queensland. Round 3 of Asia's FIFA World Cup qualification kicks off on Thursday, September 5th, when Australia host Bahrain at Rabina Stadium on the Gold Coast. Be a part of it as we look to make history and keep our perfect qualification record going.
It's a glorious goal!
Search Socceroos for tickets.